morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Um, hey, the Adventure Super Dad don't stop. I just got home, man. I just got home. Let me get myself together here. Let me get myself together. As everybody filter in, and as I finish getting myself together, y'all come on in while I finish getting myself together. I wanted to. I ain't got nothing done, man. I ain't got nothing done. So y'all filter in while I get myself together, and then we gonna get it started. While I'm getting myself together, I want to shout out the people that's been reaching out to me on Instagram. I appreciate y'all for tapping in on Instagram. I appreciate y'all for coming over to YouTube. I do focus on YouTube. I recently started like live streaming on Instagram again, just in case anybody over there that want to pull up the YouTube, just as a way of trying to reach more people. I've been kind of dormant on IG for a while, so the you know what I'm saying, people ain't checking for me on IG like that no more. But I still want to make sure I reach as many people as possible. And I just noticed we got some new members. I got to stop everything I'm doing right now to shout out the new members. I'm over here trying to take care of some stuff, and I just happened to notice we got some new members. Let me stop everything I'm doing right now and shout out the new members. Share my screen. Shout out. We shouted out Miss Ange the other day. I'm just saying Ange is ANG. Miss Ange. We shot Derek Appel, right? Derek Appel signed up today. Venus signed up today. Shout out all of the channel members. Again, like I always like to say, becoming a channel member is totally unnecessary. I will continue to let's check out some fancy dancing badges before we move on. Yep, those the last ones we talked about. Those the last ones we talked about. Okay, right. The purpose of the channel memberships is I put it out there for people who want to give back, you know what I'm saying, to the channel for the things that I do. I will continue to get on Al Gore's internet and do this for the free 99 in 2023. You know what I'm saying? I put it out there. I say, hey, I'm focusing on me in 2023. Bars, right? I say I'm focusing on me in 2023. So I'm gonna cut the live streams down to just 30-minute segments. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna stay on forever like I used to. I still be staying on forever. I ain't gonna hold you, but cutting it down to 30 minutes and then focusing on my own day trading journey for 2023, because you know what I'm saying, primarily a swing trader, but I said I'm focusing on my day trading journey in 2023. And so as a way to continue to give as much value as I can to the community, you know what I'm saying, I have the Black Spiders where we do a live market watch, and I still, you know what I'm saying, do the live stream in the morning with the Black Spiders. And then I also, with the gold members and the spider members, I do live streams on Sundays still, you know what I'm saying, where I talk about, I break down what I'm looking for the week, where the market and being where I think it's going, setting up my charts, stuff like that. And I try to do it in the most affordable way that I could think of, so people can take their money and put it in the market. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate people for doing that. Speaking of, see, this is why I started the Discord, because when stuff come across my mind, I have to talk about it right then. And this morning, I was listening to the Breakfast Club when I was taking the boys to school, and Wall Street Trap was on there. And I said I was going to talk about something. I'm trying to remember what it was. See, this is why I created the Discord. So when something come to my mind, I just be like, I could put it out there, and then I can go back later and look at the Discord and like really stay on that thought. But golly, what was it? He was talking about walking in the house and looking at the picture. And I was like, y'all remember when I used to say that, boys? Because he was like, he was like, it may sound crazy, but I imagine like my family walking in the house and it being a big picture of me and everybody be like, Uncle Trap started doing this, and Uncle Trap. I say, boys, y'all remember when I used to be saying that stuff? I used to be like, you know what I'm saying, in 20 in 2250 and 2250, my great no, Timothy Lee Rogers the eighth gonna be like my great grandfather Timothy Lee Rogers Sr. started doing this back in the great pandemic during, you know what I'm saying, because that's back when, you know, and I say that all the time, right? And then he said, oh, I remember what it was. He said, I said, we was talking about, I told the boy, I say, see, this is why I rock with Wall Street Trap. We gonna get to the price action. If you just here for the price action, if you just here for me to talk about some levels, hey, anybody that the OGs, let them know what's right over here. Right over there. Right. Let them know what's right over there. Right. So was listening to Wall Street Trapper, and I told the boys, I say, see, boys, this why I like Big Trap. Right. I was like, I really wish me and Trap was like cool like that for real. I don't even know him. I just know him from the internet. I said, I wish we was cool like that for real, because you know what I'm saying, that's a wise young man. And I just like people like that in my circle. You know what I'm saying? I like people like that in my circle. But I was talking about how a lot of people got an issue with Wall Street Trapper because they say he's charging for basic information, right? A lot of people be like, oh, he charged for basic information, right? Now, everybody know my stance on, you know, I share this stuff. I share the stuff that I know for free. You know what I'm saying? That's just little Timmy Rogers, right? But how many times have y'all heard me say everything you need to know about the stock market you can learn for absolutely free, right? You can learn it for absolutely free, be it on Al Gore's internet, going to a library. You can learn it for free, right? And the reason why you can learn it for free is because it's basic information. All you need is some very basic information. That's all you need. And I'm sorry to the people that's on IG. I'm up here. I got my hands because I'm talking to YouTube. I'm sorry. Let me put my hands down. You know, if anybody on IG, I'll put my hands down. If you want to see, you know what I'm saying, if you want to see me talk to you, come over to YouTube. YouTube.com/the new TLR. Right? Let me put my hands down. All you need is basic information. And then once you got that basic information, you have to control yourself. Self-control. The lack of self-control is what does every non-profitable investor and trader in. It's the lack of self-control. It's the lack of risk management. Like, if you don't have proper risk management and self-control, you would never be successful as an investor or a trader, right? I'm talking to little Timmy Rogers right now, right? For anybody who don't know who little Timmy Rogers is this little boy. It's this voice of this little boy that lives inside my head. You know what I'm saying? Of that hard-headed little kid that grew up in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. That's who little Timmy Rogers is. He's just and I have to talk to him sometime, right? Every now and then he'll pop up on the channel and ask a question, right? And so when it comes to, I'm distracted myself. Let me get together, right? What was I saying? I done distract myself talking about little Timmy Rogers, right? I said you got the basic stuff. When you learn yourself, lack of discipline is the downfall. I'm gonna get it in a minute. What was I saying? Here to learn to share. What was I saying? What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. Anyway, this is why I need to get it off my chest when it be on my chest. But I have no issue with people charging for what they feel like they worth, right? But the thing I like about Trap, right? Trap, he gives you the psychology and the philosophy side of it. He give you the talks that you need. It's a lot of people out there, right? It's a lot of people out there who only teach you what they think you need to know how to do to be successful, right? They only teach you what they think you. Let me give it to you like this right here. Let me break it down to you like this right here, right? You have in Pee-wee football, right? And I'm sorry, IG. In Pee-wee football, right? When my son, when Timothy was playing Pee-wee football, for anybody who don't know what Pee-wee football is, like Pop Warner football, the little league, the leagues that they be in. I don't know if they have it everywhere, but the leagues that they be in from like the age of, at 4, they play flag. At 5, they start playing tackle and go all the way up to like 12 or 13. You know what I'm saying? Because all middle schools don't have football teams, so they can play at like 12 and 13 in the Pee-wee league. But if they school got a team, they can play for their school. And then when they get to high school, but anyway, right? So the coaches in the Pee-wee league are like, a lot of times it's like just a bunch of dads who used to play football or never played football, but thought they can do a better job than the coach. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no tissue in here. And it's cold in Columbus, Georgia. And it's got my sinuses draining. Y'all hold on. I got to get some tissue. Don't go nowhere. If you go somewhere, I'll be talking to who's still here when I get back. Now, what was I saying? Oh, it's a bunch of dads who you know, either used to play football, whatever. So what they do in like a lot of the Pee-wee league, especially the Pee-wee league that my son was in, no knock against these men because they was doing the best they can do. But what they would do is they would just get like my I never played organized football. I just played murder ball on the streets. You know what I'm saying? When you throw, they call it throw them up, bust them up now. You throw the ball up in the air, whoever catch it, you got to make it to the touchdown without, you know what I'm saying, losing the ball. We called it murder ball. They call it throw it up, bust them up, or throw them up, bust them up, whatever, right? They take these kids that don't have no fundamentals, no psychology, no nothing, and they take them out there and they draw out some plays that they used to run, right? They tell them, all right, when the ball move, you go here, you go there, you go there, you do this. You know what I'm saying? Just tell them what to do, right? Tell them what to do, right? And then they take them out there and they lay them on the ground and tell them to jump up and run and smash into each other, right? Not telling them how there's a way to tackle, right? There's a technical way to how to tackle, but they tell them get up, run and tackle each other. right? You can't be scared to hit. You can't be scared to hit. But they're not telling them how to tackle. They just telling them you can't be scared to hit. Then they not telling them why they, you know what I'm saying, why they going through this hole, or what all they know is, or they not telling them what they supposed to be looking for. They just telling them, you go through this hole, you go through this hole, you go. So it's a whole lot of stuff being left out that they need to be successful when they hit that field. That's what happened with a lot of the people that sell courses. They just say, if it's green, buy it. If it's red, sell it. Or they say, if it's green, sell it. If it's red, buy it. If it hit this gap, do this. If it hit that gap, do that, right? But they never give you any of the, like, the why behind it. And then they never cover how you're going to feel when you get in the market. They don't cover how you need to break the chains of your own oppression that you done put on yourself because of not having money talks in your family. They never give you like they tell you what you need to do to get the money. Don't explain how, don't explain why, don't explain when, just give you a few patterns. They give you the advanced stuff and never give you the basics. They never give you the basics. In school, they start with the absolute basics, right? They start with the absolute basics in school, right? Because you need that foundation. When you build a house, you got secure. My dad was a carpenter. It take longer to get the foundation together and expect it than it do to build the entire building. Why? Because the foundation got to be secure. The foundation is the most rigorous, y'all know what I'm trying to say, part of the build, right? So many times we trying to get to the finish line, right? We trying to get to the finish line without even conditioning, right? We getting in this marathon. We say we trying to build generational wealth and all that. This is a marathon, right? This is a marathon. But we want to be the ones. We want to get on. We want to get on IG like this. We want to get on IG like that, right? Hello. That's what we want to do. But we saying we want to build generational wealth, right? That's Amazon money. That's Amazon money. Don't nobody be trying to run up on me in the streets and rock this Amazon money. I bought this money for my son to do a rap video. That's Amazon money. You feel me? Right? Right there. They go to case that I just ripped. It let you know. See, they use it. Right? They use it on TV as Amazon money. See? Amazon money. Got to put that out there. Anyway, right? We want the money right now. Right? We want the money right now. We want the instant gratification. We say we doing it for this reason, but we not. We want the money right now. That's why I get a lot of the same questions over and over and over. Right? I get a lot of the same questions over and over and over because we want the instant gratification. Right? If anybody out there, you can, anybody who reach out to me now for like over the last month, I'll say, when they DM me and reach out to me and be like, hey Tim, what ICT you fill in the blank? How can you guide me? Where should I start? I tell all of them, I say, take at least a year to go through his 12 core content playlist, do the work, back test, watch the price, sim trade, then find your PD array that you can see the best and focus on that. Block out all the noise, right? That's what I tell them, because everybody is looking for that instant. We the microwave generation, that instant gratification, that get rich quick. A lot of people have made it real sexy to I left my job, I'm a full-time trader. Look here, man. Most of the people that's out there hollering about I left my job and I'm a full-time trader, they selling something to you, and they're not getting the bulk of their income off of trading. They're getting the bulk of their income off of teaching you how to be a trader. That's where they're getting the bulk of their income from. Now, a lot of people have issue with that. I have no issue with that. I have no issue with people getting the bulk of their money from educating other people. I could care less about that. I could care less about that. But it's become sexy. It's become sexy to be a full-time trader. And we're not learning what it takes to be a consistently profitable trader, right? I'm gonna tell you like this right here, and then I'm gonna get into the price action, right? If you want to stop trading your time for money, meaning you have to physically do something to get income. If you want to stop trading your time for money, meaning you physically have to do something to get money, right? You don't need to be a trader. You need to be an investor. You need to invest in something that's gonna go. You want to put your money, right? You want to take your money, right? You want to put it into a vehicle. Give me I don't have a vehicle in here. My vehicle is holding up my phone right now. You want to put your money in a vehicle. Here, money. There you go. And you want that vehicle to drive off and go do some work while you're over here chilling. And when that vehicle comes back, you want a vehicle to have more money than what you put into it, right? That way, you're not trading your time for money. Your money is working for you. So you don't want to be a trader, right? That's what a lot of people don't tell you. That's what a lot of people don't tell you. They be like, yeah, go be a trader so you can get your freedom back, so you can fire your boss. When you become a trader, especially a day trader, guess what you got to do? You got to study the market. What does that take? Time, right? Do you have to study it for a long time? No, you don't, right? In the beginning, you're going to have to study it a lot because you're still learning and you don't understand how price moves. So you have to put in more time because you're learning, you're new at it, you're trying to figure, you're going to have to put in more time, right? So then once you get it, if you're a trader, how do you make money? By entering and exiting trades. Getting into trades don't make you money. Getting into trades costs you money. Getting out of trades, profit, and when you're in profit, makes you money. So if you get into the trade, now you got to get out of the trade, right? So you're physically doing work. Even if you set it up to get you out automatically, you still have to go in and tell the computer or your phone, put me into this trade and take me out of this trade at this time. You're still physically doing something, right? So as a swing trader, you're going to have to do less physical getting in and out than a day trader. If you're a day trader, now you have to be at the chart at a certain time. Thanks to the device, I can't grab my device right now. Thanks to our cell phones, yeah, we can be at the chart, right? But you see these people sitting out here on the beach. Yeah, look at this is my view while I'm trading. This is my view. That's marketing. That's marketing. If you're at the beach with your family and you're trading, are you really at the beach with your family? Or is your family, or is it career day at work? Is your family at work with you? Oh, what did Tim just say? What did he just say? Let me say it again. I be freestyling this, so I ain't gonna say it exactly the same. But if you're at the beach with your family and you're trading, are you really at the beach with your family trading? Or is your family at work with you? Hold up now. I thought we was firing our boss so that we could spend more time with our family. But you at Disney World on your phone trying to make a trade. I give you one better. Little Timmy Rogers and his family was going to the Grand Canyon. They supposed to be getting in the car. They stay in Las Vegas because it was cheaper to fly into Vegas and stay in Vegas than it was to fly closer to the Grand Canyon and stay closer to the Grand Canyon. So they supposed to be getting in the car. They supposed to be leaving at whatever time it was, 7 o'clock. It's different time over there, so but I'll be mixed up. Supposed to be getting in the car, leaving at like 7 o'clock and heading toward the Grand Canyon. Everybody dressed, ready to go. But little Timmy Rogers, in his I'm gonna be a millionaire in a year phase, when he first started trading futures, back there spiraling out of control, yelling at the computer. His family's sitting over there waiting to go. He back there losing money like a crackhead losing weight. And then his wife like, if you're going to be acting like that, you need to figure out something else to do. But we on vacation. We on vacation. You supposed to be getting ready. You supposed to be getting ready to retire this year. You supposed to be retiring this year. We on vacation. It's 2021. You supposed to be retiring this year. And you back here yelling at the computer. You in Las Vegas. On the 13th floor, overlooking everything. Circus, the strip, all this stuff. In a new fancy resort. But are you on vacation? Or is your family at work with you, waiting for you to take a lunch break so y'all can go to the Grand Canyon? So you don't need to be a trader if you're trying to stop trading your time for money. Because if you want to be a trader, if you want to be a day trader, you're going to have to put in the work every day. You still going to have to go to work every day. If you want to be a day trader, you say, hey, I'm going to fire my boss so I can have more free time. If you're going to be a day trader, if you don't show up every day and trade, you're not making money. You're not making money if you don't show up and trade every day. So do you really want to be a day trader? Right? What do you want to do? People don't talk about this side of it. That's why I like Trap, because he tell you to figure out the mindset. You know what I'm saying? He talk about breaking the curse before moving on to the generational wealth part. He talk about changing the mindset. A lot of people don't like his approach. You know what I'm saying? I relate to him. I'm a young black dude from the hood. Hey, I ain't having the worst. I ain't having the best. I've seen my fair share of stupidity. I've seen my fair share of violence. I don't glorify nothing. I don't glorify nothing in my past. I don't glorify nothing I did in my past. I did what I thought I had to do at the time of my life, just like I'm doing what I think I'm supposed to do at the time of this life. That's my past. I can't change it. It made me who I am, but I relate to him. He sound like me. I can relate to where he come from. I understand the lingo he talk. So I rock with him. This ain't about trap. Trap just like sparked it in my mind when I was like, we need to address this. We need to address this. Don't nobody talk about this part of the game. Everybody want to get on Al Gore's internet. Me too. I do the same thing too. I get on here and I talk about, hey, you know, you learn ICT stuff. You learn this right here. ICT stuff, the most accurate stuff I ever seen in my life. But that ain't what gonna make you profitable. That ain't what's gonna make you successful. What's gonna make you successful is your mindset shift. And one thing, another thing, that's why I say I love Wall Street Trapper. He got a quote that he say all the time. And I'm assuming he made it up. I ain't gonna say a quote. He got a saying that he say all the time. I'm assuming he made it up. He say, change the conversation and you will change the compensation. Change the conversation and you will change the compensation. Right? And that hit home with me because like the conversations that I have with my kids, they different. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I was having these conversations with them before I heard that, but when I heard that, it hit different because I was like, that's why I get this young man, because he get it. He get it. That's why I get this young man, because he get it. He understand it. We need to look at our circle. We need to look at our circle. You know what I'm saying? We need to look at our circle. And by looking at your circle, you will see which direction, if you're going in the right direction or not. Right? If people ain't around you, you know what I'm saying? If they're around you and they don't understand what you're doing, or they always got something negative to say, or they ain't pushing you to be better. My wife sent me and my kids on just the last thing I'm gonna say, and then we're gonna get into the price section. My wife texted me and my kids a picture of a you know, they have like the little quotes in the picture frames. Like they have a picture frame with a quote inside it, and she sent it to us, right? It said, always go. I'm trying to remember it exactly, but pretty much this is what I saw when I read it. Always go the extra mile because it's never crowded. Do with that what you will. Do with that what you will. Let's look at the price, the market open. Let's look at the overnight price action real quick, and then I'll let y'all go about y'all day. I'll let y'all go about y'all day. I still got my charts up from when I was up this morning. Let me move this dollar out the way. Change this to the daily candles. And then we're going to go over here and holler at our friend Spalene. This the ES. We took out that low. We took out the low that we have been talking about. We came down and hit that low. We hit that sell side December next. December next. We just hit that sell side. I would love to see us get December low either today or tomorrow. But we got that January low that we have been looking at. Like I said, I believe the real draw on liquidity was the December low. The only reason why I had the monthly box bottom marked on January, because that was the last month that we hadn't attacked yet. But I said I thought the real draw was on December. Does it have to get there to be profitable? No, it don't. Because if you look back here, what we talked about when we were over here, just gonna say February 20th, because we was in this consolidation area somewhere, right? We talked about how we had come down to this fair value gap, hit this order block, and I was like, I want to see price come back up to this volume imbalance right here / new week opening gap, and then come back down, attack this low, and then eventually attack this low down here. And here we are a few days later, and we're there now, right? So does it have to hit there? It don't have to, but there's a lot of opportunity in between, you know what I'm saying, if you understand where price trying to get to. But control your emotions on the way. Don't spiral, don't chase. The market always gives an opportunity. It always gives an opportunity. If you miss a move, hey, you just live to trade another day. Let's go over here and look at our homegirl Spilene for a minute. Then we're gonna get into the overnight price action for the ES. If you don't know who Spilene is the ETF that tracks the SPY, the SPY. See right here, SPY. It tracks the performance of the S&P 500. Around here we call it Spilene. We even wrote a song for it. You want to hear? Here it go. Spilene, where you at, baby? Here I go. Hey, how you doing? I'm glad that you came through. Oh, Spilene, look what you done do. You done fell and you can't get up. I slipping and falling. I can't get up. I slipping, I'm falling. I can't get up. Spilene done gap down massively. Has gapped down massively. For anybody who do not know what creates a gap on the SPY or the SPX, right? The SPY, the SPX is all to see the gap on the SPX. You see the gap on the SPY. For anybody who do not know what creates that gap down, if you look at the ES, right? Those are the futures for the S&P 500. Overnight, the ES has been trading all night long. All night. That's what we're going to talk about, the overnight price action, right? So these are hourly candles right here. And today is the 13th, right? So you see the 13th right here. This is 12 o'clock in the morning. This is when the 13th starts, right? The futures trade from 6 o'clock at night up until 5 o'clock at night, every Monday through Friday, right? It trades from 6 o'clock at night to 5 o'clock at night. This calendar right here started at 4 o'clock and it ended at 5. This calendar right here started at 6 o'clock and it ended at 7, and blah 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 blah, all the way up until, so it trade from 6 o'clock at night to 5 o'clock the next day, right? And so all of this price action right here, you see we was going up, we went all the way up, and then we tapped this buy side liquidity where I had put that little green line right there. We went up and tapped that buy side liquidity when we was marking out our charts. Remember when we marked out our daily charts, and I was like, hey, if I'm looking at the chart right now on the lower level, now that I got all this was with the gold members and spider members, I was like, I'll come down once I got my daily levels, everything marked out. I'll come down to my hourly and I'll say like, hey, this is the buy side, this is the sell side. We have taken the buy side and we have turned around and we've taken the sell side right there. Buy side, sell side, right? We've taken the sell side, right? So this, if we were to have opened up while we were up here, we would have a gap up, right? We closed here on Friday. Well, this is the New York close right here, right there. We closed the New York close right there. So from there to here would have created a gap up. But from here to wherever the price was when the market opened, right? I need to go to 15-minute candles because it opened up at 9:30. So 15-minute candles right here. So this is the 9:30 candle right there. So when we closed right here, right? So all of this price action, right? So all of this price action in this area down here is what caused that gap down. If we would have opened while price was up here, then all of this price action over here in this area would have caused the gap up. But since we went up and then came back down to here prior to the market opening, wherever the futures were at the time the market opened, that's what you're going to get. If it's lower than where you close, you're going to get a gap down. If it's higher than where you close, you're going to get a gap up. Again, for the people that's been around for a long time, I jollipies. I just try to repeat stuff over and over because I know people don't want to go back through hour and a half lives trying to get, you know what I'm saying, the basics, right? And I'm here to share the basics for free. You hear me? Okay. Looking at what we did for the overnight price action. Let me set this up so I can get used to seeing it on TradingView. I usually look at NinjaTrader, so TradingView. All right, so I'm gonna put that line there. That's the last, and with the futures, right? So the New York close is right here. The New York close is there. It has like an hour of trading afterwards, right? So it'll close at New York, and then it went up, and then it came back down, and it closed here, right? So you had a little bit of movement afterwards. So from the New York close to the actual futures close, that's that price action there. And then when futures open back up, they go from there, right? So Sunday night, we opened up these 15-minute counters we looking at. We opened up and we started to push up. We came up, did not take out the buy side that we had set in like the after hour, right? We pulled back down to a bullish fair value gap right here, aka a BISI, BISI, buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency, right? A bullish fair value gap. Hit that bullish fair value gap, tore through this bearish fair value gap, aka SIBI, tore through it, right? Took out the buy side from the after hours. Then we eventually made our way up and tapped into the buy side that I had pointed out when we were doing our weekend chart prep. And I talked about how I like to break it down into the intraday and start looking at my levels that I'm looking for on the intraday, right? We tapped that buy side at 245. That's the 245 candle. That'll be the 3 o'clock candle on NinjaTrader, right? That'll be the 3 o'clock candle on NinjaTrader. Then we came down, have a fair value gap that was left open, consolidated a little bit, came down again with a fair value gap that was left open, another fair value gap that was left open, came down again, and then we stopped short of the sell side that we had pointed out, right? And then we pushed back up into this fair value gap and then dropped down, eventually taking out that sell side and taking out the sell side for the overall box that we have been watching for a while, right? Now, let's do a little deep dive into what was going on up in here with this big heavy flush down right here. Let's do a deep dive into that and see if we can unpack a little bit more on that. Let's scoot all this over. We don't need this. We're just gonna stop right here. Let me put a line there because we're gonna try to unpack this, right? We're gonna try to unpack this to see if we can glean anything from what price has done. Right. So looking at, let me hide all this other stuff that I don't want to see. Let me hide everything I don't want to see. All right. So I will I will put the sell side on there. Right there. I'll just leave the sell side and the buy side. All right. Don't want to see nothing else because we want to unpack what price did. And for the black spotters, I jalapies that I'm not on the live. Y'all already know I typically don't trade on Monday. I just use Monday to kind of feel out what the price want to start doing from over the weekend. I kind of use Monday to get a feel for what this week gonna start being. But I did a whole lot of talking, so I'm just trying to share something for the people who, you know, they don't want to hear me jawbone, as ICT say. They want to hear me talk about price. So now I'm talking about price. Again, if somebody in the chat or on the live have an issue with it, so let's look at this. Let's walk through this together. All right. So looking at this, this is what I'm like, this kind of stuff I just like draw my eyes to. Let's go to an hourly first, right? Let's go to the see what it looked like on the hourly first, right? And then the 15-minute just gives you more detail, right? So let's look at it on the hourly first. So looking at this on the hourly, that's where we put our line. So I want to look at the same amount of price action, right? So right, that's where we put our line. I put my line there so I won't get lost, right? So looking at oh, that's a bad color on that. I can't see that. Let me dim this down some because I can't see that wicks. I know y'all, I don't know if y'all can see that line or not, but I need to be able to see the wick where the wick end. All right. Okay, now I can see the wick and I can see the line. Okay, so price came down, took out. Let's get a little bit more over here on this side. They ain't gonna give me no more. They don't give me no more. Okay, all right, no more over there. All right, so price came down and took out sell side liquidity up under here, right? So we got a SIBI right here. So it's an imbalance there, right? So it's an imbalance there that needs to be taken. I'm reading this way. I'm reading like this across the charts, right? So we came down, we took out sell side, left a SIBI right there, right? So we came down, we traded both ways at the bottom of this candle, right there. So we offered buy side and sell side. So this candle here, right, after creating this SIBI right there, so this is the imbalance in here. Right, so this is the imbalance right there. Okay. All right, we're gonna put it to there. Right, so that's the imbalance. Get there. So this is the imbalance here. We coming down, right? Because we offered sell side, we offered buy side, we offered sell side. We traded both ways right here, right? We traded both ways right there, right? So since we traded both ways here, we only offered sell side there, right? So we came back and we offered buy side right here. So that's taken care of, right? So from here, so from this green candle to there, that's all of that's taken care of right there, right? So that's taken care of. We come over here, we got how we'll go both ways there. So that's fine. We offer sell side there, right? And traded both ways here, right? So we got some sell side above here that's not taken care of. We traded both ways there, so that's taken care of over there. When we drop down, right? We drop down, so when we only offer sell side, so boom, there's your imbalance in there, right? We trade both ways there. So the bottom half of this candle is taken care of. We drop all the way down, right? Trade both ways at the bottom, open up here, offer the buy side. So all of this candle right here is taken care of, right? Trade both ways there. So all of this right here is taken care of in there. We come over here, we trade both ways there. Offer sell side, trade both ways there because there's nothing to be taken care of over there, right? Then we come over here and we come back up, offer the buy side to this sell side right here. So now all of this over here is balanced, priced and repriced, offered on both sides, right? So since everything is offered on both sides for all of this right here, the price leaves that area. Once price left that area, now we know this to be a balanced price range because price left that area. We opened up with a gap up, right? We gapped up, we came down, filled in the gap, came all the way down to here, right? And wicked back up and left. So now, boom, this right here. So all of this now from there, from the bottom of that civvy down here, all of this is a balanced price range now. Okay. Balanced price range now. We're going to make it greeny, green. Darken it up a little bit. Balanced price range now, right? And we're going to extend this out through time, right? Because that's a balanced price range now. So price left there. When price leaves an area, that's letting you know that, hey, you know what I'm saying? Once it chop around in there, and then you get that, it leave there. Now you know that's a balanced price range. All the buying and the selling has been offered in that area, and price left there in a hurry. Now, with this imbalance right here, this candle there, it's like we were in this area here. We offered the buy side there, traded both ways here. This candle here came open, and then we offered move over. You see that wick right there? We offered the sell side. Where did the sell side come to? Right at the top of this balanced price range right there, right? So price, once we offered just buy side here, right? Now remember, all of this down here is balanced out. So the next candle opened up and it came and offered sell side for this buy side, right? Stopped at the top of the balanced price range and then left that area. This is what lets you know from this candle leaving like this right here going up. This is what lets you know that this price range down here was balanced out, right? So we got the balanced price range, right? Then we came up and we didn't take out that high. We consolidated around, chopped around a little bit, came down, touched, dipped right there into that SIBI that we already priced through. What do we say about PD arrays once we trade through them, right? Once we trade through a PD array, we expect it to be what? Support. So we came down to that SIBI, tapped into it by one tick, and then went up and eventually took out the buy side liquidity, right? Traded through the SIBI, it became support, right? So now this SIBI here, we offered sell side. Now we have offered buy side, and we traded both ways there, right? And so now we filled this imbalance, got to this area here, and then traded both ways. Now that we've come to this area, what did price do? Left it out, left that area. So now that SIBI is still there, right? Remember that SIBI is still there, but now we can come up. We know for a fact that all of this right here is balanced out, right? All of this right here is balanced. We know for a fact that all of this right here is balanced out because price came down to this imbalance that we already priced through because we knew all this was balanced out already, right? This was the only imbalance in this area, right? We took care of that imbalance and then we left that area, right? So now all of this right here, we know all of this is balanced out, right? We know all of that is balanced out. So then boom, when we left that area, we created a BISI right here, a bullish fair value gap, right? We created a bullish fair value gap right there, offering only buy side, right? So as we went up, we got an institutional order flow entry drill right here on these two candles right here, these hourly candles, meaning we dipped into the imbalance. Let's mark out the imbalance for anybody who can't see it, right? Got to get it to lock on, right? So, right, we dipped into the imbalance, right? Institutional order flow entry drill dipped into the imbalance. Then we went up and took out the buy side liquidity. We tapped into the buy side liquidity above this high right here, right? So now all of this down here is balanced out. This is the only imbalance that we got going on right now because everything else has been balanced out, has been priced and repriced. Oh, I'll put it be moving that, right? And then so when we come back down, what do? We offer the sell side, only sell side up to this point right here, right? We offer only sell side up to that point right there, and that's taking care of the 3/4 of this this BISI. 3/4 of this BISI is being taken care of with this. Remember, we had something trade both ways a little bit in there, just a little bit into it, but we offer the sell side. So we taking care of most of that candle. Then we trade both ways at the bottom down there. So boom, right? We offer the sell side for this. We trade both ways right there, right on that candle, and push out a little bit more so you can see it. We trade both ways right there on that candle, right? Then the next candle we open up, we push up just a little bit, right, into this area right here, push up just a little bit. And I know you're saying, hey, look, it's a fair value gap right there, but price had no need to go back up there. Why did price have no need to go back up there? Two things. We just ran buy side liquidity. We just took out buy side liquidity up there. So the stops have been tapped, right? We left in a hurry, right? We left in a hurry, right? We've offered buy side and sell side in this area right here. We left that area in a hurry, left this area in a hurry. So now this all the way up to here is now balanced out, right? All the way up to there is now balanced out. So it's like now we're coming down right from there, right? So this candle here took care of all of the imbalance and any other, you know what I'm saying, anything in this area here. Because over there, we traded both ways for the most part there. Then this 3 o'clock, that'll be the 4 o'clock candle on Ninja Trader, offered that it filled the imbalance on this BISI right there, right? So now brings us to this 4 o'clock / 5 o'clock candle, right? We melt it down, dropped it like it's hot, right? Created this. We're going to mark out this fair value gap there, and we're going to take a deeper dive into that, right? Okay, IG just stopped. Discard. Get out of here. What did somebody say? Thanks so much. I asked same question on YouTube, and I will indeed do that. Spot a team soon. My YouTube name is. Shout out Lena. Hold on. Lena Nat Life. Lena Nat Life. That's what I'm gonna say. Lena Nat Life. If I messed that up, I'm sorry. If you in here, Lena Nat Life, what's happening to you? That Nat Life. I see that Nat Life right there. What's up? What's up, that Nat Life? I appreciate you for tapping in. That Nat Life just she sent me something on IG. Where was I? Oh yeah. Let me make this the right color. Let me get this right. Bearish fair value gap, 1 hour. Okay. I should have made this a different color because my 1 hour is green. I just remember that dark area is. I just make it a little bit darker so I know. There you go. All right. So, and then that fair value gap, remember that was the one that we had already went through. That's another one we had already went through, right? So what I'm going to do on these right here to distinguish red, we're going to make it red for resistance, right? Once we fulfill a PD array, once a service, I'm gonna say once we service a PD array and we trade back down through it, what do we expect that PD array to be? Resistance. So I'm changing this to red so I know that this is a PD array that we've been through already. And well, so that y'all will know this is a PD array we've been through already. And I can't make the what's the name thicker. Yes, I can. There you go. All right. So making it thick resistance, right? So this is the fair value gap over here. This is the imbalance that we filled, and then it acted as support there. And then we came up here. This one acted as support because we were on top of it. And then we came back down through it. Now we're expecting it to be resistance. And we came back down through this one and we're expecting it to be resistance, right? So now that brings us to where we were here. We've dissected all of the price range, but before that high right there, when I was like, let's dissect what's going on here when we had this big humongous drop up there. Now that we've done all of that inspecting of the price, getting the narrative of the price, if you will, let's go back down to the 15 minute. That's the high that we tapped into. And that's the price that we were looking at. We don't need no more of that stuff over there because we shrunk it up and it ain't give us no more detail. So, right, knowing what we know about this price right here, right? And again, the reason why I like to have my game plan together before the price start moving is because this is the stuff you have to do while price is moving in real time. You have to look at this and analyze this in a split second. Y'all know what I'm saying? The algo can do that. Algorithms can do that. Computers can be like and do that. But I can't do that fast. So I have to analyze this stuff when the market not moving and have my game plan ready to go when I get in. You know what I'm saying? That's why I hate when I be like, it already got to where I wanted it to get. Now I got to figure something else out. And price give you time to figure it out. You ain't got to chase it. It gives you time to figure it out. But it's just less stressful if you can do it when the price not moving around and you ain't worrying about, oh, I'm missing something. Oh, I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? So now, back to where we was at. Now, here we are. We're on the fall now. We're looking at the fall. Okay, so looking at the fall, we understand as we were coming down, right? We were offering now. We're going to look at it on the 15 minute, right? We're going to act like we haven't pushed this up yet. The this box would theoretically still be here maybe. I think it was, hold up. Let me see where it was at before I dropped down to 15 minutes. Because we did everything in the hour. So, all right. All of this was, so we balanced out that all the way up to there. Okay, so now let's go back down to 15 minute. right? Going back, oh, the market doing something right now. Anybody who want to go trade, go ahead. Okay, so this is the hourly imbalance right there. We gonna pretend like we still up on top of it right now. So we acting as, you know what I'm saying, support. We took out the buy side. Boom. Now that we've taken out the buy side, right? There are some things that I like to do once we reach a destination. Like once we reach a destination, I like to look at the other indexes, the Dow and the NASDAQ, and I also like to look at the dollar, right? I like to look at the dollar once we reach a destination. Like when we get to this destination, boom, I like to look at the dollar to start looking for divergence, right? Why do I look at the dollar for divergence at a destination? Because anytime it get to a destination, that's a point where if I was already in a trade, I'm getting out, or if I was already in a trade, I'm shaving. You know what I'm saying? Because anytime I hit a destination, I'm open for the market making a reverse or doing a pullback or anything, right? So whenever it gets to a destination, I like to look for divergence, right? I ain't gonna get into divergence right now, but that's when I like to look for the divergence when it reaches a destination, right? I'm not trying to get in the middle of the fight. I'm not looking for divergence like right here. I ain't looking for divergence right here. I'm looking for divergence when it gets to a place that I want. I want to see it hit this buy side. When it hits that buy side, now I'm looking for the divergence, right? Because if I was already in a trade, I'm getting out at that buy side, or I'm shaving at that buy side. Now, I ain't gonna get into divergence, but I just want to put that out there because I know people don't go back and look at old videos. Okay, took out the buy side. We come down, right? Get back into, and you see we got some lower time frame bissies inside there too. We come back inside, right? And we come down, come almost close to filling this entire bissy right there, right? And then we push back up and we fail to get back to this 15-minute SIBI right there, right? We failed to get to that 15-minute SIBI right there. Now let's inspect this and see what's the goings on, right? So we already inspected it on the hourly, but let's look at it on the 15-minute, right? So we traded both ways over here. All this rate traded both ways. We know from here down, it's already fully balanced out, right? So we looking here, right? We looking there. We traded both ways off of buy side, traded both ways there. So like it's only a little piece of imbalance that's left in this area right here, right? This is the only little piece of imbalance that's left. Got dog at Tim. Right? The only little piece of imbalance that's left right here as we coming up. Right there. From this balanced price range we already did, coming up, this is the only little piece of imbalance, untapped price unbalanced price action, whatever you want to say, right? So we consolidate in there, trading both ways to hit the buy side, right? Once we hit the buy side, we leave this area right here. And so right there, we flushing out of that area. When we flushed out, so now all of that area right there is balanced out. This is the only little piece of imbalance, but we come back down into it there, offering the sell side, open up the next candle, push back up, right? See what we come to and stop at right there? We stop right there at the lows of these candles right here. You know what I'm saying? It's not wick for wick, but we stop right at the lows of them candles right there. Why? Price has no reason to go back up there. It tapped the buy side. This area is balanced out because we left there in a hurry. So it comes back up to a point where like, I don't need to go no higher than that. That's balanced over there. And now we've taken care of this right here. So now again, on the 15-minute, we're going to move this up all the way up to there, right? Balanced price range. Everything in this area right here is a balanced price range. So when the price comes over here, it pushes up and it stops just short of this gap right here. Why? Because it has no reason to go back up there. It's touched the buy side liquidity and it's left that balanced price range, right? No reason to go back up there. So Price comes down, it trades down, wicks back up, right? Wicks back up is right here at what? This PD array that we've traded through. Now that we've traded through it, we're anticipating it to be what? Resistance, right? So now we got sell side, buy side, sell side, right? Sell, then we went both ways right here. We traded both ways, taking care of that right there, right? Sell side here, right? And then we come in there, and what we do, we trade both ways to take care of that sell side. So we offered the buy side for this sell side, and then we left that area. So now, again, we can extend that balanced price range over to these candles right here. So now all that's balanced, right? So now everything inside this area right here is balanced out. It's all balanced out. So what does price do? Price melts down and gets past what? This old PD array, right? It didn't act as support when we hit it this time. No, it didn't. Because all of this over here, everything in here is a balanced price range. So we melt through it right now, and we're what? We're anticipating it to be resistance now, right? So we melt and melt and melt and melt and melting, right? Come down. Uh-oh. Hey, I got to get that. Y'all, hold on. That's my wife. That's my wife's phone. Man, FedEx tried me. These folk gonna come. These folk gonna come. Come lay a, they gonna come lay $1,100 iPhone 14 on my porch and leave. You know what I'm saying? How you just gonna lay it on the porch and leave? This phone cost $1,100. They tried me. Oh, they tried me. What was I saying? Oh yeah, we melted down, right? All this balanced price range. We melting down. We got a imbalance here, right? So let's start marking out the new imbalances that we making while we melting down through the balanced price range, right? So what are you, 15 minutes? I don't have a template for 15 minutes. I ain't gonna give it no trim. Oh, sorry about that, y'all. I ain't mean to say that. Okay. And mark out the imbalances that we're making on the way down. These 15-minute imbalances. All right. Oh, I missed one. We got a bunch of them, man. We got a heap of 15 minutes in here. All right. Okay. So now all this over here is balanced out. We got that, right? We got below this fair value gap, and we was expecting it to be resistance, right? And it acted as resistance after we went up and offered the buy side for this sell side here, and then we left, right? It respected it and we died off. So that we expected that resistance to be there. We come down, we made and we left an imbalance behind. We leaving in a hurry, right? We leaving in a hurry. We got a couple imbalances that we leave behind. We made 3 imbalances. We made 3 imbalances that we left behind. We come down and we get below these relative equal lows over here before we get to the buy side, right? Before we get to the buy side. Now, this is just a tip for anybody who, you know what I'm saying, this is the way I trade, right? Let's just say I want to get short and attack this buy side down. I mean, this sell side. I said buy side. This sell side down here, right? And I'm waiting for my entry. If we, how we melting down here, right? We're melting down. You're like, man, when is it going to give me a chance? When is it going to give me a chance? When is it going to give me a chance? This is the time when y'all hear me say, when we start retrading, when I say, I want to get short at this area, but I don't want it if we hit that sell side first, right? So price come down, it stopped short of the sell side. It took out this internal sell side. The external is from on the outside of this and the high, and on the outside this low. It hit this internal sell side and started retracing back up to give an opportunity to get short on this move right here, right? So we know all of this is balanced out up here. So we know price on the 15-minute, price has no reason to go back up here because we already inspected that in real time, lightning speed. Price has no reason to go back up there, right? So we turn our attention to these areas here. So it's like, this is the break. Yeah, it took off there. It's taking off there. So when it take off there, we're looking at these imbalances here. So now what can you do? You can go and start looking at, price has no intention to go back up there. So you can go from the high right down to the low of when it made the low. Price has no reason to go back up. So go from the high from when it dropped, right? Once it left that area to the low, right? Where's equilibrium? Y'all probably can't see that. Let me change this. TLR default. It's a little bit better. I got a lot going on, but it's a little bit better. Let me open it up. Right there. Where's equilibrium? Right here at 39.19.25, right? Where's the imbalance in the premium? Right? Right here. You got this fair value gap right there in the premium right here. That's the fair value gap in the premium right there, right? Price has no reason to go back up there. It took off, dropped it like it's hot, coming down, right? This right here is the fair value gap in the premium. Right there, you got another fair value gap in the premium. You got another fair value gap in the premium. This is on 15-minute charts, right? This is where you can drop lower and see if you anticipate price coming back up here. Is it highly likely for it to come back up here, or if it's gonna continue down? What's gonna give you your entry decision, right? Once you come back to what's this right here, right? This is a destination. It's a premium PD array, right? You're in the discount. You want to be a seller. When it comes back to a premium PD array, when it gets back to a destination, what do I say that little Timmy Rogers does when we get to a destination, right? When we get to the destination, we look for divergence, right? When we get back to a destination, we look for divergence, right? We're looking for divergence right here. We're looking at, we stopped there on the ES, started going up, right? Started going up. When we got here and we started going up, when we hit this destination, we're looking at this move right here from this low to the destination, right? What does that look like on the dollar? The dollar is doing the same thing. That's what? Divergence, right? So that strengthens your idea of, I can go short here because the dollar is diverging from the ES. That strengthens the idea that I can go short here. Boom. And that is why the price stopped where it stopped. All of this had been balanced out, right? We left there in a hurry. Price came back to a premium PD array. We had divergence, so that's why the price stopped there and then came back down and eventually took out the sell side, and it got down to this deviation down here from the Pyongyang leg. Measuring from the Pyongyang leg right there, it got down to the 0.5 deviation below the that could have 38. When I say the deviation, the Pyongyang leg here, when you measure the Pyongyang leg, you could have used 38, 48 as your target to get out, because that's the deviation line that's below the sell side liquidity that you're targeting, right? And then if you do it from the entry, if you go from the entry leg of the entry of the Pyongyang leg, then to the low, like this is your entry leg. This right here is the Pyongyang leg, and this right here is your entry leg over here. If you do it from there, from the low to the high of your entry leg, then your target below the deviation line would have been 38, 61, 25. Right? Either way it go is you want to look for the first deviation below your target as the first deviation line below your target or above your target as your concrete where you try to throw your dart. I'm throwing my dart right there. That would have been if you use the entry leg, but if you use the Pyongyang leg, the first deviation is 38.48. If you use the entry leg, the first deviation is 38.61. And with that, I yield my time. I thank you very much. I hope somebody learned something from this, or somebody gleaned something from this, or somebody I was able to share something that was of some use to anybody. To anybody. Black spiders, I truly jollipies, but I've been running my mouth. It's 10:30. I got to start getting ready to go to the gym. So the live market watch will not be held today. I truly jollipies. I truly jollipies. I truly jollipies. I hope that you understand. Does anybody have anything before I go? Lil Hawk, you know I'm not reading this dissertation. Oh, you just speaking. You just speaking. Okay. Okay. You just speaking. You just speaking. I ain't even read it. I ain't read it just then. Let me read it. I ain't gonna do that. If you are new to ICT concepts, you should rewatch this live. Tim does a great job walking through the price action. This is a great template to walk through price action on your own. Thanks for this, Tim. You're welcome, Lil Hawk. Shout out to Lil Hawk, man. Lil Hawk, one of the day ones, man. Lil Hawk, one of the day ones. Loves these type of talks. Every trade. This must be when I was renting. That must be when I was renting. Yeah. Yeah, the weather went crazy. Yeah, that's when I was renting. London was smooth. London had a nice sell-off. London had a real nice sell-off. I ain't gonna hold you. London had a nice sell-off. This is definitely a gym talk. Great breakdown. Appreciate it. Ooh, child. Where's Rob? Oh, glad he ain't here. Oh, glad. I appreciate that. Nat. What you want me to call you? Nat. I'm gonna call you Nat. That's what I'm calling you. Well, cause you say that Nat life. They say I learned. What you want me to call you? If you don't tell me what to call you, I'm gonna call you Nat. You gonna be Nat. Is Nat okay, or do you want? Oh, what's up, Nat? I see you with your curls. I see you with your curls. You better make them bounce, baby. You better make them bounce, baby. Hey, man, I don't see nobody putting nothing in there. Again, hopefully I was able to share something that helped somebody. Hopefully I was able to share something that gave somebody the aha moment. I'm telling you, I love to see people leave comments when they say, I got an aha moment watching it. This is why I do this. When somebody let me know they got an aha moment from something that I did, I be like, whoo, God is good and my wife is amazing. This is why I do. Oh, speaking of God is good, it was one thing I meant to say when I was talking earlier and I got distracted, right? And I jollipize for anybody who, you know what I'm saying, is not a Christian, don't believe in the Bible, don't believe in anything. I jollipize. I am who I am. I ain't trying to force what I believe on you, but hey, God is good. He's a part of my life, and I can't help but talk about him, right? But in the Bible, it says, right? And when I was talking about we want to be the ones with the money, we want to be the ones that see the reward, we want to be the ones that see the benefit. In the Bible, it say, I'm paraphrasing. I watered, he planted, I watered, God gave the increase. I'm paraphrasing, right? Summarizing, right? What that means is you had Christians that were saying, I'm of Paul, I'm of Apollos. It was like creating division in the body, right? So they were like, hey, look. Paul was like, look here. Ain't none of y'all of me, all of y'all of Christ. Y'all might have heard the word from Apollos, and then I came through and watered a little bit, but God converted you. Y'all might have heard the word from me. Apollos came through and watered a little bit, but God converted you. I ain't do nothing. Apollos we ain't do nothing. But we be saying we doing this for generational wealth and all that right there, but we want to be the ones that's on IG with the money. We want to be the one that we want to be the ones. Look here. ICT planted. Tim water. God gave the increase because you did the work. You heard ICT say something. It kind of tweaked your interest. You heard me say it the way I understand it. You got your aha moment. You went back and did the work. And then you started sharing it with your kids, sharing it with your friends. You know what I'm saying? Stop wanting to be the one on IG. Put in the work for your kids. You know what I'm saying? Go out, start planting seeds with your kids, watering. Pour a little water on that. Nat new around here. Pour a little water on that. I planted a seed. Pour a little water on that. Right? Then when Nat start to get it, Nat can go over there and plant a seed over here. But then she could turn around and pour a little water on some seeds that you planted. Somebody gonna plant, somebody gonna water, but God gonna get an increase. Stop looking for the tree. Just because you drop an acorn on the ground don't mean you're gonna be around to see that oak tree. The oak tree it's gonna pop up in God's time. You might never see that oak tree. Stop trying to be the one on IG with the money. That's all I got, man. That's all I got. Hey, I'll see y'all tonight at 6:30 for the price action recap. Tomorrow is me and my sweetie's 16th anniversary. Do you know what tomorrow is? It's our anniversary. I will not be doing any live streams tomorrow. any live streams tomorrow. Depending on how late I go to bed, I might not do no live streams the day after. But I probably won't go to bed late because she got to go to work. She took tomorrow off. She didn't take the day after off. So she took tomorrow off. So I ain't doing no live streams tomorrow. I'll see y'all tonight at 6:30. And then after that, it's going to be, what's day? Monday? It's Wednesday. It's going to be Wednesday after tonight. Yes. So I see y'all tonight at 6:30. And then after that, I'll see y'all Wednesday. If you're going to trade safe. If you're not going to trade, please take copious amounts of notes so you can go back and study what you saw today. Again, I hope I shared something that helped somebody. Black Spiders, again, I jolly pies because I'm getting ready to go to the gym early today. I'll see y'all tonight, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all day. Gone.